maybe. Okay, we're all set, Debbie. Yep.
Good afternoon. This is the Landbank Committee meeting for December 6th, 2021. It is 1:00 p.m. For the record, I'm going to show who's in attendance or call out who's in attendance. Brendan Heil, Lieutenant Dahlgren, Jonathan Holliday, and Commissioner Harris. So going down the agenda, the first thing on the agenda is the approval of the meeting minutes from September 20th of 2021. If anybody has any discussion about these minutes, I'd entertain anything, questions? Or we would look for approval of the minutes.
I would move that we approve the November 21 minutes as presented in the agenda.
Second.
Okay. If there's any further discussion, okay, I will call the roll in the order that I called earlier. Mr. Heil?
Yes.
Lieutenant Dahlgren?
Yes.
Mr. Holliday?
Yes.
Commissioner Harris?
Yes.
All right, those minutes are approved. There is no old business to present at this time. The first item of new business would be a request to purchase a parcel on Harrison Street, known as parcel number 59-00810 .000. Background information is Christopher Beakley on behalf of D&B Property Holdings requested to purchase this property as he owns several properties in the area. His interest is to add to his existing area of the multiple parcels that he owns for the purpose of developing residential multifamily housing units. The next screen that I've got on the presentation is the properties that he owns are in the red X. So he owns a property on Tiffin Ave, and then a property that comes right to Harrison. The blue star coming down is the property he's looking to purchase. The yellow circle is a property that he is offered to purchase from a private owner, and then he does own the other property next to that. So combining all of these parcels, he is looking with his business partner to develop residential housing in that area. He did agree to, he did present an offer with a realtor, and I told him that we do not typically deal with realtors. So his purchase price has been reduced from his $2,500 purchase price to the fair market value price of $1,940 with the cost of deed preparation and transfer fees included. So his purchase price would be $2,041 even. The taxes on this property that will start to be collected is $120 per year just for that vacant piece. But once it's all combined, it will be much more valuable. Conditions and contingencies are that the Landbank approves this for recommendation to City Commission, and then the approval from City Commission, and then we would fully execute a purchase and sale agreement with the conditions that we normally do. If you have any questions at this time, I'd be happy to answer them on behalf of the applicant.
Thanks, Deb. I'll just point out for everyone's benefit that the applicant knows that they'll be responsible to take on maintenance of the property as soon as it transfers, which will save the city the expense of that for next year and then in future years. And I think this makes a lot of sense. The property owner's doing a nice job assembling some property there, and their plan for residential development fits in nicely with the zoning and the surrounding properties. I did inform the applicant that, in my opinion, I think a rezoning to commercial use would be unlikely. But but they reiterated that their plan is for residential development at that location. So I think this, the sale makes a lot of sense, and I'll be voting in favor of it.
Is the orange zoning residential, single family? Or just regular what's the zoning?
I
don't know
believe
what
that is
color.
R175.
Thank you, okay.
I can confirm that. The orange,
Is there a house on the yellow circle parcel currently?
there is not.
Oh, okay.
Back in 2019, I believe, there was a commercial structure demolished.
Oh, okay, so that is also vacant, and
That is
if
a vacant
acquired,
piece
doesn't
of
need to.
land.
Oh, okay.
I believe that the applicant did say that he's in contact with that person.
Sure.
And they're going to try to acquire that property as well. And I think it's residential two-family is the orange,
Okay.
all the way around it. Okay. If there's no other discussion, we would have to take a vote on this.
I would move that we approve this application. Sorry, I would move that we approve the application for purchase of the city-owned vacant lot.
Second?
Okay. Anything further to add? Okay. Mr. Heil?
Yes.
Lieutenant Dahlgren?
Yes.
Mr. Holliday?
Yes.
Commissioner Harris?
Yes.
All right. That applicant will be thrilled, and I'll get in contact with him soon. Next item is acquisition. So we did find some parcels that are in foreclosure status. We get this list from the prosecutor's office. So included on this list, and I'll skip to it here, this is what's presented on the screen here is the spreadsheet. There are 3 parcels with residential structures on them, and there are also 3 parcels that are vacant land. So I will go with the first one, is a structure on Jefferson Street. The parcel is 59-00431.000. Address is 1802 West Jefferson. This property is going through foreclosure, and if there is no bid on the property, we are only requesting permission to acquire this if there is no other bidders. The property is assumed to be vacant as there's no utilities to that property right now. And then property number 2 is also a structure at 1212 Severs, parcel number 58000931.000. Same thing, it is presumed to be vacant due to no utilities at the property. And we would only acquire this property if there are no awarded bidders. Property number 3 is 1813 Pierce Street, parcel number 58.00091.000. Same thing, it's a residential structure. And all of these structures will be evaluated for rehab. So what we could do is go through this procedure and award it to a qualified person that could rehab. And this is only if there are no minimum bidders or awarded bidders. Parcel at 57-01915.000 is at 220 Neal Street. This is a vacant lot. The size is 33 by 132, and it's zoned local business. This is in foreclosure status, and we could market this for future development or retain it for public purpose. The next parcel is on 4th Street. It's 57-02315.000. This lot size is 50 by 98, and it is zoned general manufacturing. And this has a lot of vacant space beside it as well, and we could market that for future development or public purpose. And lastly is the parcel on Camp Street, 1027 Camp, 58-00260.000. This lot size is 22 by 139. It is zoned two-family residential, and if acquired, we could market this for future development or keep for public purpose, or we could split it between the property owners. So the last 3 parcels of vacant land will also be if there is no awarded bidder at share of sale. These are in the beginning stages of foreclosure, so they may or may not actually go to share of sale. So that is all I have on the acquisitions, and we would also need a vote and take that to City Commission if this body agrees or votes on it.
Yeah, there's certainly some, potential opportunity, especially with the, with the vacant lots. And I know last time, we were pretty successful at the rehab opportunities that we offered, and I'd like to see more of that continue. So, yeah, I certainly plan on voting in favor of this if, these properties indeed, do become available. So, just make a motion to, so I'd like to make a motion to accept these properties.
Okay,
Second.
all right. Are there any further questions or discussion? Okay. Mr. Heil,
Yes.
Lieutenant Dahlgren,
Yes.
Mr. Holliday,
Yes.
and Commissioner Harris?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. We will go to City Commission then. I will probably wait until the first meeting of January, just so that we can get everything together. And the last slide here is just the tentative schedule for 2022. We do typically leave out December and January each year, just so that everybody's taking their holidays and coming back from their holidays. And so we generally meet on the 3rd Monday of the month, which does not conflict with City Commission. However, the first meeting of the month would be the February meeting would fall on President's Day, so I just changed that to a Tuesday date. So unless anybody can see any tentative conflicts, I would just, you guys have copies of this, and we'll put this on the website and make it public. Okay? All right, and that is all I have. Oh, I'm sorry. I do have one more thing. There is a vacancy on our committee, and the vacancy, I'm not sure how it came about, but there is a vacancy, and what the policy designates is that there is a the city manager or his designee, the community development director or his designee, law department or their designee, and the chief of police or their designee. And then we also have a city commissioner that sits on the board. So I didn't know, I'm not looking for anything in writing or concrete at this point, but if anybody has any ideas on who we might want to place in that position, it almost sounds like it's a city manager decision or their designee. So I don't know if possibly John or Zach or anybody in the city manager's office. Marcus.
Yeah,
I think Tom
Well, and it also,
Horseman also is in the manager.
if it's not the city manager, it doesn't actually have to be someone from their office. They
Okay.
can pick literally anyone.
Okay,
So I guess we'll just have to get an answer on that at some point.
so maybe I should go to Eric directly and ask him, or,
Let me suggest,
Yeah.
Devin, you and I come up with a game plan, and then we'll have this figured out for the committee. We'll work with Eric to try to have a appointment in place for the next meeting.
okay, sounds great. I just wanted to put that out there that that would make it easier to get the quorum and everything if anybody has any other obligations during the meeting. So that is all I have. I don't know if anybody else has any questions or comments or discussion or, okay, I think we would need to adjourn the meeting then.
I move that we adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Great.
All right.